Hello, everyone. My name is Alexander Ermenkov, and I'm continuing Daily Reality with Alex. These are series that are going to go till the end of 2023. And I'm very happy that there are some people that are enjoying them. And I hope that you receive your own personal value out of these live streams and out of these recordings that I'm doing daily. And for me, it's a great privilege to be able to share myself, everything that I am, with all of you that are listening. And I would like to speak about a very interesting topic today, which, of course, I'm always thinking about every morning when I wake up. And it is about the so-called dream world. As you know, in reality, we are in the reality when we wake up from the moment we open our eyes, but when we go back to bed and we are in our dream world, in our imaginational world, is it real? And what's the difference between being in the daily reality, in the external environment, which is 100% different for each one of us, but also for me, it is very important to be able to long-term understand and to explain you about the so-called dream world. Personally, I like a lot to dwell in my dream world, and it is not something that is bad. And basically, if you leave me alone, I prefer to stay only in the dream world. I love to dwell in the imaginational worlds. And for me, it was very hard in the past to enjoy the reality because the imaginational worlds and realms of our mind are very enticing. They are working like we enjoy them a lot because, of course, there we are very important. We feel such a comfort there in the imaginational worlds. There we are really knowing that we are limitless beings. Of course, even then we are experiencing limitations, but it is strange because in our dream world, in our imaginational world, we are 100% confident and sure that there is no limitation that we cannot conquer or to dissolve or whatever. Of course, all of us have different type of dreams, but in a sense, all of the dreams are working in such a way that we know that all type of limitations are dissolved. Of course, I love to be able to fly in my dreams. For example, many mornings I don't want to wake up because I'm in a special dream and I would love to enjoy it much more. For example, I was this morning in a dream where I was in a very beautiful, interesting place, like a tourist place. And the square name was very funny because it was like something from these Spanish architects in Barcelona, very strange. It was called Strange Square and so on and so on. And I was enjoying being there in my imagination, and I didn't want to come back to reality. And many times I prefer just to stay in my dreams, to be in my imaginations and just to dwell there. But we are created to actually live in our daily reality and to daily experience our limitations. So it is beautiful when we are learning to balance ourselves and to know that, yes, we can enjoy our dream worlds, but also we are to learn ourselves to enjoy our reality. Is there a difference between the reality and the dream world? From the perspective of the mind realm, there is no difference. From the perspective of the body, there is big difference, because in the physical matter reality, we are using also a lot of the body, well, the mind doesn't understand the differences between the imagination and the real world when we're moving in the physical matter reality. But for sure, the body makes the difference. And that's why it's very important to know that long term, once we're experiencing reality, the beauty there is that we need to put our body and mind in coherence with all other parts of us in order to be able to extract as much as possible from the reality. And when we are moving through it, it's not to be only like going through a dream, and when you move back in the evening and you even don't remember a lot of the details of the day because it was something that you didn't like a lot, and you know all the people and everything is so trivial and you hate your reality and so on and so on. But well, when it happens about the dreams, then it's different. Then there is a fascination. Then you become alive. Then your mind is really involved in your dream world. But it is possible the same thing to happen even in the reality. Once we train our mind, and once we as human beings have the same attitude towards our daily reality as we have towards our dreams, it is going to be much more different experience, because then the same type of fascinations, the same type of experiences that otherwise we are just experiencing in our imaginations, we can also experience in our daily reality. The only trick in the daily reality is to learn to not hate, to not ignore the limitations, to learn that these physical matter limitations that we are experiencing on the daily level are there for us to make our daily reality much more interesting. And if they are for us in these specific moments, we're just to use our brains in order to be able to put our energy towards transmuting a lot of these limitations, and just to enjoy how, once we participate together with reality into shifting what is transferred in our data stream, then it's 100% a different reality. And anyhow, we are spending more than 8 to 12 hours daily into this woke state when we are conscious. So we need to learn ourselves how to work with this consciousness, not only with words, but every moment, and to use it, and to, of course, make the parallels between the imaginational worlds, the realms of the mind, but also to learn how to put this mind into coherence with the daily reality. And I very often use the phrase that in order the human being to live consciously into coherence and in alignment with the reality, we are actually in necessity to be able to work together with the mind. And there is all the imagination, everything, but also to include the heart, then to include the intuition of the guts, the gut feeling inside of us, and all these three forces together with the interaction of reality to be mixed. And then we start feeling the presence of the coherence. Then we're opening the space, we're opening the time, and in this type of moments, we start feeling like it is as in a dream. And then in this type of ways, we start feeling how the limitless being has much more confidence, and you are entering different stages into the reality. It is the same reality, it is the same data stream, but you are different. You are approaching the same data stream through a different stage of being. Of course, there are a lot of techniques about outer ego and outer conscious experiences and so on and so on. But what I'm interested in is my daily reality, practical approach to everything. And because it's a live event, so there are some interruptions, but this is what I wanted to say. Enjoy your imaginational world. Don't be afraid to dwell in it. I can stay in my imaginational world for hours. When I have time, I'm just surrendering myself, and I can stay in this realm for hours, but I'm sure that in this moment, this is not reality. This is the imaginational realm. It is good for the mind just to feel free, to feel no boundaries, to feel the limitlessness, but also we are to be very strongly grounded into the reality, because this is where is our main purpose and meaning of dwelling. And once we learn the same mind with the same imagination to actually practically be involved into the reality and to understand that everything in the day stream is 100% changeable, and everything in the data streams that we are experiencing can be 100% different long-term for all of us, then it's up to us just to know how to deal with the physical matter reality. And I enjoy it a lot. I enjoy a lot the both of the worlds. I can never, if you ask me, Alex, choose just one, choose or your imaginational world or your physical matter reality daily experiences. I enjoy both. It's different experience, but we are border zone creatures. We need to learn to enjoy everything that we are experiencing during our dream stage, during our awake stage, during our spiritual understanding and stage of adoration, so whatever we are experiencing, but also when you are in a practical movement where you are performing a lot, it's also a wonderful stage to be. So to stay in this variety of both the worlds, of the imagination, of the physical materiality, it's a wonderful experience. So the only thing I can encourage all of you is to enjoy your reality, and never at the expense of all the other experiences, but to know that everything is so wonderful, even while we are in our daily experience where we know 99% of everything that is going to happen. Still, there is so much out there, and you can play a lot with opening the space, opening the time, opening everything for you in this type of experiences. So thank you very much for watching today. I was willing to speak about the imaginational world, about the dream world, and to give you the other side where is the awake and conscious state, and to never choose one or the other. The beauty is when we are able to merge both in our dream world, to merge our consciousness in our conscious state, to merge our subconsciousness through the power of intuition. So thank you for watching today. Enjoy your reality. Bye-bye and have a nice time.